Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's been a bit. I just downloaded Taurus the other day for the month of November. It's not actually just for the month of November, it's just posted as November. I am going to be doing Aquarius next, and then go in order of the rest of the astrology signs for this month. And yeah, so first and foremost, check out all my information below. I listed everything in regards to my social media, how to contact me for readings, how to contact me for an extended reading for this video or any of my other astrology videos that I will be uploading, or the two that I've already uploaded, which is Aries and Taurus. If you need an emergency reading, I had someone reach out to me last week about an emergency reading, because usually it takes anywhere from 7 to 15 days to do a reading, depending on my schedule and my calendar of who's ahead of you. But if you need an emergency reading, it's an additional amount, and you just have to email me and let me know. And I usually try to do those within 7 days, usually quicker than that. You will hear the pitter-patter of feet. I have 2 dogs, Pugsley and Wednesday, if you are not a subscriber or you're new to the channel. Sometimes I have to pause the video to let them out to go potty, or if they need something. Pugsley is usually the one you'll hear all the time sitting next to me, or barking. I am an intuitive reader, not a tarot reader. I read intuitively from my guides and spirits and the collective, and so I go with the flow, and I use the cards for symbolism for you, the client, and for whoever this resonates with. If this doesn't resonate with you, I would check your astrology sign and see where it lies in the whole scheme of things. I'm not an astrology taught person, so sometimes, like for me personally, I'm a Cancer, but sometimes Gemini resonates with me. Before anybody says anything, I know there's people that watch this channel and send me emails because I disabled the comments. I do have a diamond ring on my finger, and no, I am not engaged. This is my old engagement ring from a long time ago when I was married, and I'm actually wearing it because I'm going to be going and getting it appraised today, and trying to sell it so that I could pay off some of my debt from my house. So that is why I'm wearing it, so I don't lose it. So just wanted to put that out there. The decks that I'm going to be using today are it's called the Enchanted Map, the Sacred Heart Oracle, Sacred Earth Oracle, which is the one with the Tree of Life on it. And then the newest deck that I have, which I use for clarifying, I don't use just for general reads, is the newest deck is Sacred Traveler, which is this purple one. I apologize for the lighting. It's very bright in this window here. This is in the front of my house. Pugsley's laying right next to me, so you'll hear him as well. And then at the end of this reading, what I will do is pull one crystal card. Well, I'm going to pull it while I'm doing the cards. I'll read the one crystal card and the one for the vortex cards by Hicks. Now, I will say this. At the end of this reading, I will shut this off and then start a new reading for the extended version. So if you're interested in the extended version for Aquarius, what you basically need to do is send $5.55 to my PayPal, and then just send me an email and let me know which reading you want me to send, and I will send you the link. Let's see. I think today, too, I'm actually going to, I don't know why I feel drawn to, I'm going to use the mermaid cards as well. I probably will use those for the extended version. So I'm going to take those out now, and I'm going to start shuffling the deck so I don't forget. So let's we're going to get a crystal card and a vortex card, and then we will lay out the rest of the cards. So like I said before, this is for Aquarius. Pugsley's laying next to me in his bed, finally. He's settled down. The crystal cards are very pretty. This is an old deck. This is probably from, let me think, 2008. I bought them. 2009. I was in the store with friends of mine that I was living with before I moved here when I was going through my divorce. And we went into a Barnes & Noble of all places, a huge one where they lived in Connecticut. And we went in the Barnes & Noble and we're walking around, and I always used to go to, and I still do, go to the occult, religious, spiritual section. And back then they didn't have as much as they do now, but you can find a lot of stuff online. And this crystal box deck was in the clearance section. And I also got an Egyptian book when I was there too that was in the clearance section. And I think the cards, they're by Amanda Sampson. It's called Mind and Body. I think they were originally like, I want to say, if anybody's interested, I don't even know if they sell this anymore. I want to say originally it was like $20 or $22, and I think I got the deck for like, I think $9 or something on sale. Anyways, so as I'm shuffling the deck, I just want to give you some information about the channel if you wouldn't mind listening. YouTube's been changing a lot of their rules and regulations with commercials and ads and different things for especially those of us that are readers. Please make sure you just follow through and listen to the ads. It definitely helps all of us that have subscribers. Also check your subscriber list and make sure that nobody was, taken off your subscriber list that you're following, because a lot of times it does that as well. I'm under 500 subscribers. I've been staying at this for the last year. So I'm not a huge YouTuber, so it probably won't affect me as much, but I just wanted to put that out there. I am on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't really use that much anymore. My website, which I'm hoping to revamp next year. And I just did a Patreon page. If you're interested in joining it, I have some really, really great deals there. Different tiers. I think the cheapest tier there, which you get good money for your buck, is $5.55. I think I made it. So, and if you're interested in doing the extended reading, for one of your signs every month, it'd probably be best to do it through Patreon, and then you'll actually get it every month with the your own private reading. So it's completely up to you. And the readings are all listed under my tiers, what kind of readings I do for each tier. I had someone reach out to me like 2 days ago about the Starseed tier, which they're interested in doing starting in the new year in 2020. So I'm looking forward to that subscriber. I hope they follow through, because I have a lot of decks and different things that I want to use for the specific subscribers that do the tiers. All right, so we pulled your Vortex card. Don't mind me, I'm moving some stuff around. And we're going to set that aside with the Crystal card. Oh, that's a pretty card. And now we're going to shuffle the Enchanted Map deck. This deck is actually one of the decks that at first when I got it, I wasn't sure I really liked it. It's more of a lover's deck, and I'm not really, recently I started being drawn to some of the lover's decks, but I usually don't. But it's kind of grown on me, so you could tell when you look at it. What's the matter, Pugs? It's a little bent because I shuffle it and use it so much for clarification and different things. So any cards that fall out, I will take. I will tell you there's an intense shift. Sorry about the Pugs. He hears people outside. They're doing construction across the street. Pugs, go sit down. Go sit down, babe. They're doing construction on 2 new houses across the street, so he hears banging all the time. So he gets upset because I'm here by myself with him and his sister, and he feels he has to be on high alert. All right, so 4 cards fell out already for you, Aquarius, but what I was trying to say is there's a huge shift going on right now with energy after the retrograde ended. I feel like, for me personally, and I don't follow a lot of the astrology information and all the maps and all that stuff, but I will tell you the shift is intense. There's a lot of old stuff that came out that had to be purged, that people thought maybe they purged and didn't purge. So yeah, so if you feel like relieved that retrograde is over and think that you're in the clear, if you didn't work through some of the things that came through at that time, you might want to work through those. If not, it's going to be thrown back in your face. I had a really hard time the other day. It was like, how can I explain it? Like there's this little teeny itsy bitsy part of me from way, way back when I used to let people take advantage of me, friendship-wise, relationship-wise, where I felt like at that moment that I've come into my skin in this life right now, where I have to set boundaries, because even though someone loves you, friend, family, relationship, if you don't set boundaries about things that you feel 100% strong about, the person, whether they love you or not, will take advantage of you if you don't set boundaries. So with my current living situation and my work and my relationship and my friendships and my family, I've had to really have a voice in setting boundaries regarding all kinds of things right now. And that's really hard to do when you're not used to doing that, because you feel like, especially me being a Cancer, you feel like you're being bitchy or complaining, or you feel bad. But you shouldn't feel bad. I used to feel bad for so many years. You shouldn't feel bad. Boundaries are important in any relationship you have. If I would have had boundaries many, many years ago, I wouldn't have gone through a lot of the things I went through. Not that I'm regretting them, because I'm not, because they made me who I am today. But I feel like someone who's watching this that is an Aquarius can relate to this video. I feel like the collective that I'm reading for right now are people that, not recently, but I would say in the last 4 years possibly, put themselves out there and trusted someone with their feelings relationship-wise, and were manipulated and used. And so it's really hard, whoever you are, Aquarius, the group that I'm reading for right now, in your current relationship or a relationship, if you're single, you're feeling you want to trust, but you still have that old energy from the person who just recently hurt you. Not recently, but you know what I mean. The last person that you were with. But that's not how it is. I feel like the group that I'm reading for today, I feel like I'm reading for a majority of you who are not single, okay? Which is not normally like me. Usually I read for single, but I'd say 90% of you in the collective that this resonates with are not single. And I feel like there's probably about 4 or 5 of you that are going to watch this video who are in a soulmate twin soul relationship. And yes, they are both different. However, I feel like I'd say 3 or 4 of you right now, maybe possibly 5, were hurt in a past relationship. And I feel like you have this intense relationship right now where you're unsure if you should trust. Like you do, but you don't. It's almost like you're holding a little bit of yourself back from fear. But I think from what they're showing me is there's no reason to do that with the person you're with. I'm being shown like 2 of you, or 3 of you, 3 out of the 5 are soulmates, 2 are twin souls. That's what they're saying to me. I also feel like a couple of you are long distance, like you're not in the same state. I don't mean like forever, like far away. Some are far away, but some aren't. If that makes sense. All right, so let's see what we have, Aquarius. Like I said, I use the Sacred Earth Oracle and the Enchanted Map. So from the Sacred Earth Oracle, which is the Tree of Life deck that I absolutely love because the artwork is tremendously beautiful, there's the influence card. So right off the bat, Aquarius, you're being influenced by things outside of your comfort zone. What I mean by that is you're being influenced by things that no longer serve you. Negative things. It could be an addiction. I keep seeing addiction. It could be alcohol, drugs, sex, any of the above. I feel like you're being influenced by that. You're being tempted by that. And you know it's wrong, and you know it's not right, and you know it's going to hurt you and others around you. But you're still tempted because you have this loneliness within you. And you're fearful of this person because you know that this person, and this is for a couple of you, this person that you're with can see through you. That's that twin soul connection. I can say from experience that, you know, with a twin soul relationship, it's extremely intense and it's you both mirroring each other. You may not have the same damage, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but damage from the past. You both have insecurities, but it's not from the same types of situations, but you have the same insecurities, like similar insecurities. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, the couple of people I'm talking to that this resonates with, is you have an addiction. One, I feel like, has an addiction to alcohol, and the other one has an addiction to sex. Those are the two things that are coming through really, really strong. What I do want to say is, especially in the twin soul relationship, from my experience and being around and doing readings and soulmates and different things in my lifetime, and my experience with this, is that you may not think, all of you who are watching this, that this resonates with, your partner can feel it. If this is your twin soul or your soulmate may feel it to an extent, but twin souls are like one half of your soul. It's completely different than soulmates. I completely feel that we're all made of energy, right? And we are each other's half. So twin souls, you have no choice. This is you. It is you. You are loving yourself. This is your soul. It's just in a different body. So I feel like the damage that you have, Aquarius, the few that I'm speaking to right at this moment, even though you feel that you can't let that little part through for your person to see you, they see you. And when it starts to get really intense, you draw away and pull away, and they shift and feel that. And so they take it internally. That's the normal push and pull that has to be with twin souls. A lot of YouTubers and different things on the internet are completely wrong, and I have my own reasons and my own way of teaching this to people that reach out to me for twin soul or soulmate readings, or clients that come to me for counseling of some sort, or mentoring or advice. If you are a true twin soul or soulmate, I'm going to say twin soul because that's what keeps coming through right now. If you are a true one, you will mirror each other. And even though you're keeping to yourself, Aquarius, and you think that you're holding back, and you think that they don't know what's going on within you, they know. Just like you know what's going on with them. And I know a lot of people say twin souls, one side is intuitive and psychic and all that, and telepathic, and the other side isn't that much, and the other side isn't as awakened. I say bullshit to that. I feel that both are. Okay, that's one thing I don't agree with some people on YouTube, and it's just my own opinion from my experiences. I feel like if you're feeling something from your other person, it's not you, it's them. And you bring out each other's worst things because you need to work through them in order for you to become in union in the now, right? So the alchemy card came up right after the influence, and that's this whole balance of the both of you. This is your intuitiveness, telepathy, dreams of each other, a yearning, an ache like I cannot explain at all that you have for one another. It's like, I can't describe it unless you felt it. So if this resonates with you, you're shaking your head right now going, yeah, I completely understand. It's almost unbearable. It's like a pain, but it's not a physical pain. I don't know how else to explain it. It's unbearable at times. And you try really hard to keep your mind busy so that you don't feel it. And the push and pull, the energy-wise, like when you're low, they're low. When they're high, you're high, vibration-wise. When you're sad, they know you're sad. When they're sad, you know they're sad. And if one doesn't share and isn't completely forthright and transparent with the other, it's going to be constant emotional drawbacks between the two of you. Because whoever the person is that's not sharing, who's going through something, the other one's going to feel it. And when the energy is off, our whole world is off. So everything is off. And then you ache and miss them tremendously. It's something I can't even remotely explain to someone unless you've gone through it. It's intense. The dreaming, the telepathy, the chakras. I mean, there's so many things that go along with it. Now, the renewal card is important. This is telling you, Aquarius, that you need to replenish yourself. You need to ground yourself. You need to replenish your energy. You need to do things for yourself. Go for a walk if you have dogs. Take a bath. Listen to the music that you love in the car when you're going to the store or the grocery store. Limit yourself to social media, internet. I tell this to people all the time. Social media is fun and all, but for empaths, especially myself, it's not healthy for us. We have, and I know people are going to say, oh, this isn't true, but it's my opinion. There's attachments that come along with social media. So if you're already having a low vibration, you're already feeling depressed or anxious, and you're having issues, people on social media go to those go to those environments because they want to attach to energy like yours. So say your vibration is semi-high, right? You're in a really great place. You go to social media and you get all addicted into that, right? And you're, and the person senses your energy. You can get your energy drained over the internet. I'm sorry, you can. And it'll make you sick and it'll make you sad. And then they'll lure you. Like if you have an addiction, people will lure you to that addiction. Porn is one of them. I'm not saying porn is wrong, but there's normal watching porn and then there's addictive to porn. It's that kind of energy that those low vibrations, the entities, I don't want to say demonic because I don't believe in demons like people do, but it's negative entities that feed off of that. People who have attachments to them that feed off of that stuff. It's that addiction mentality. I hope that makes sense. Hope I described it. And then next to the renewal is the center card, which is basically you centering yourself, Aquarius. It's grounding yourself. It's balancing yourself. It's pulling yourself together. It's doing things to make yourself feel better. Yes, we have adulthood. Yes, we have jobs. Yes, we have families. Some of us have kids. Yes, we have pets. Yes, we have a lot of things going on. We have bills, stress, all that. So we go away on social media and different things like that to escape. Games, TV, sports, whatever. But you have to remember that affects your other person. So if you're in a relationship with your twin soul or your soulmate, more for the twin soul, it affects them. So remember, the two of you balance each other. You need to center yourself, whether it's taking a bath, grounding yourself, meditating, praying, going out in the woods, going to the beach is amazing. It's November here, right? Everywhere, but in Louisiana, November is not the same as everywhere else where I'm from. It's cold, but it's not as cold every day. Like today, I have shorts on. It's really weird. Anyways, I'm still not used to it, and I've been here almost 10 years. I was thinking today, I'm like, I really need to go to the beach in Mississippi. That's the closest really nice beach that's like the beaches I'm from in New England. It's about an hour and 15 minutes away, which doesn't seem long to most people, but it's a long drive. And if I take the dogs, two of them, they're high strung. And if I take one dog, the other dog's mad at me. And if I'm by myself, then I feel bad for not bringing the dog. So it's like a vicious cycle. But I was thinking Thanksgiving is next week. So I was thinking of going Thanksgiving weekend, that Saturday, because I have plans on Friday. I'm going shopping up the street, lunch with a girlfriend and shopping. But I'm thinking about going to the beach. Gonna go take a ride up there and just walk on the beach and just take the air in, get some shells. Just that's what this means. The center card. So now the next deck is the Enchanted Map deck, and the way it laid out is listening, making a choice, protecting treasure, stuck in the wild, and peaks of joy. So the listening, this is listening to your intuition. This is listening to your other half. This is listening to your person. This is listening to yourself. This is knowing in your heart that you're not going to get hurt by this person if you are your authentic self. And what I mean by that is I am with my person, my authentic self. I may not like that I am my authentic self and showing all of me, but I do. As hard as that is for me, and how you have that fear based in the back of your mind that the person's going to run away because you're showing all of you, because it's that whole vulnerability with love and all that crap. I am 100% authentic to myself, to a degree of, being 100% honest too as well. So it's listening to one another. It's listening to yourself. Making a choice. This making a choice has to do with whether or not you're going to risk giving your all to this person. I feel like there's several of you that are long distance that are either getting close to being together in person or planning on it. And you're making that choice whether or not you want to take that leap of faith. Right? Protecting treasure is you protecting your heart. Treasure is your heart. This is for some of you, including myself, where we have like a little cage on our heart because we are afraid of getting hurt again. And that's that whole old programming from the past of all the people that hurt you before. You have to give the person you're with, or the person you're about to be with if you're single, you have to give that person a chance to honor you and honor your heart, right? That's the hardest fucking thing to do. I completely understand for the group of you that are in relationships and understand this. It is really, really hard to be vulnerable with someone. Now, the Peaks of Joy, this is the last card I'm going to read out of this deck, but I'm going to read the Stuck in the Mud. Stuck in the mud is when you get yourself almost in hermit mode or hobbit mode, where your introvertedness is coming out, where you have old patterns that you follow, stuck in the mud. Like what I talked about a little while ago about addictions, right? I feel like the group that I'm reading for, some of you have these addictions that are taunting you or tempting you. I do feel like some of you are long distance, whether you're in the next state or far away. There's a group of you. I feel like these addictions are from old programming and from old self-worth insecurities. And the universe is divinely intervening, trying to show you that this person or persons, because I'm reading for a group of you, are not going to hurt you like the people in your past, and that you need to give them a chance, because you're not holding them accountable for the stuff that happened in your past, but because you keep feeling the emotions that you used to feel that you were hurt by, that's making it where it shifts in your relationship. So you need to get out of this mud. You need to get out of it. You need to tell yourself you're worthy of love. You are good enough. We all have flaws. We all have our demons, and I'm not saying that like demons like little creatures, but we all have our negative, toxic shit that we've dealt with or had. We all have that dark side of our soul. We all have that. But your other half, this person in the twin soul dynamic, is your other half, is part of your soul. It is you. And no matter what you do, and I'm going to say this, and a lot of people that are watching this who are not in union are going to be pissed at me, but you are always going to be connected with them no matter what, whether you decide to be in their life or not. If you truly are a twin soul and you truly have this unconditional love for one another, even if they did something horrible like cheating, yes, some of you won't get back together, I get that, but you never truly ever end the relationship. And what I mean by that is the connection, because you are you. That's one thing people struggle with. I notice on all these YouTube videos, because I'll research stuff and I'll have clients come to me and ask me, if you truly loved your other person, your person, your other half, I call it my other half. If you truly love that person unconditionally, if they have issues of insecurity like I do with myself with my weight and my looks, right? And they have insecurities, whatever. If they truly do something that hurts you, they're not doing it intentionally. They're doing it because they feel that insecurity and that old damage. And they're not doing it purposely like, hey, I'm going to hurt you by cheating on you. Or, hey, I'm going to hurt you by flirting with this person. Or, hey, I'm going to do this by doing this to you. I'm going to drink some alcohol. Go in the other room. Go. 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 Go, Wednesday. Go. Sorry, they keep barking at cars outside. They're not doing it intentionally. And I know it's really hard for people to understand that, but with unconditional love, when you get in this dynamic, and this is how I feel, you hold space for them and you just send them love. As hurt as you may be, it's not about you. Even though you are in this dynamic of this relationship and you love each other, it's about them healing. And if you trust that person, you hold space for them and you let them know that you love them unconditionally, but you're not going to stand and you're going to put boundaries down and say, hey, I don't agree with this behavior, but I am not going to leave and run away. However, I'm not going to be in the same relationship with you because, the situation. But I think a lot of people, the reason why you see so much of this runner push and pull energy, you see runners, like you see it on YouTube all the time, twin flame, runner and chaser, runner and chaser. I don't particularly care for that term. It's easy to explain it that way, but the reason why that happens is it doesn't always happen. Because if you genuinely love your twin flame or twin soul or your other half or your person, 100% unconditionally love them and love yourself, which I've had to learn the hard way for me, you get angry and you get upset, but you love yourself, which means you love them because they're your other half and they're yourself, right? So there's no real disconnection. You're still going to love them. But the reason why the chaser runner happens is because people are human and they say, fuck you, I hate you, you did this to me, you cheated on me, and they take it personally because they feel, well, you laid with this person, but that's a human way of thinking about it. And I'm not agreeing with it because I was cheated on for years by my ex. I'm not saying it's right, but what I'm saying is the way you handle it with your own soul makes the difference, especially with the twin soul dynamic. I'm not saying to run out and cheat, but I'm saying it's different. So when people want to communicate with their friends about this relationship, people are like, fuck you, you shouldn't be with that person. They cheated on you. Oh, once a cheater, always a cheater. No one can change. Let me tell you something. People can change. I've changed probably 7 or 8 times in my entire life. I am a completely different person than I was 20 years ago, completely different than I was 10 years ago, and even more different than 5 years ago. So yes, people can change. People can change. So I don't know why I went on that rant, but I did. So now the peaks of joy is the universe telling you that if you release this energy and you release this addiction that you have, whoever you are that I'm talking to, your partner, your other half, your part of your soul knows that you are going through the struggle right now. They can feel it, they can sense it, and they react with panic or emotion or insecurities because they think it's them. They think that you're running from them. They think that you're shutting out because you don't love them, or maybe you're having doubts. This is the feeling and the emotion I'm getting right now. But it's because of that polarity, that energy, that magnetic with the twin souls, the one soul, right? It's just a part of it, the mirroring. But if you release it and you let it go, and you limit yourself to the news, and you limit yourself to social media, and you limit yourself to an addiction, because if you have an addiction to something and you keep showing yourself that addiction, it's going to happen and you're going to do it, and then you're going to feel like shit. It's like throwing yourself in a house with a ton of alcohol and you're an alcoholic. Or if you're addicted to porn more than the normal person and you have porn everywhere. Or you are addicted to flirting or sexual gratification and you constantly throw yourself in with people like that. You're going to end up hurting your person and you're going to end up risking losing them. And so healing yourself and knowing that you're worthy of that love is something that a lot of people can't do. But I'm telling you, for the group that I'm reading for today, you have the possibility. I see at least, let's see, out of the 5, I see 3 people coming into union. 2 of you by the end of this year, and 3, the remaining of you next year in 2020. At least 5 people. I might be reading for more. But you have to let that person in if you haven't let them in all the way. Take the risk. There's no beautiful love stories or beautiful stories of life without risk. I'm the first one that will tell you it petrifies me to be in love. It petrifies me that someone can see right through me. It petrifies me that I used to have such a scar on my heart, or cage on my heart, from past people. But we do. We can't help it. We hold ourselves hostages, right? Victims. When really we need to surrender to it. You need to love. You need to hold space for your person and love and send love, no matter what they're going through. It's just really important. And a lot of people can't do that because we're self-centered, and that's just who we are. Once you let go of that selflessness and that selfishness and that self-centeredness and your ego, and you let go of that, and you look at the real picture is the 2 of you coming into union, whether it's in the 3D or not, you coming into union and both making each other the best persons you can both be. Loving unconditionally and helping others with your abilities. That's what it's truly about. But people are so wrapped up in other shit and self-gratification and all that stuff, they don't see that. So Aquarius, I'm going to end this with your crystal card and your vortex card, and then I'll give you some more information, and then I'm going to end this, and then I'll do the extended version. So the crystal you got was Zinsite, which I've never ever had Zinsite before, but I'm going to show you a picture of it. It's actually really pretty. It shows green, red, and yellow. It almost kind of reminds me of Rundasite. No, Euconite, kind of, but crystal-wise. The appearance is transparent to grainy. It comes in various shapes and sizes. It's apparently difficult to find. It's, here, let's see if you can see this. And it's called Zinsite, Zincite. It says if you pull this in your cards, it indicates an influx of energy is on the way. Life, and particularly relationships with others, will seem brighter, lighter, and more energetic. This is so resonating with everything that I just said in your reading. Open up to this person. Believe me. The possibilities are endless. I mean, risk it. Now, the Vortex card that came out is so fucking beautiful. It says the essence of my every desire can be fulfilled, and it shows the two of you. Whether you're female or male, this is not gender specific. Even though it's showing a male and a female, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It's a beautiful card. It says, if your time-space reality has the wherewithal to inspire a desire within you, it is our absolute promise to you that your time-space reality has the ability to deliver in full manifested form the reality of the desire it has inspired. This has to do with the love. This is the risk that I talked about, taking that leap of faith, letting that person in, knowing you're not going to be hurt, knowing that your past doesn't define you. It made you who you are, but it doesn't define you. It doesn't speak of what's going to happen in the future. I see a group of you where you really have not done a lot of stuff for yourself. You've kind of held back on people around you, not just your relationship, but friends and family and work. You're starting to come out of that hermit mode, but you're kind of leery. It's kind of like me and my Cancer, right? In the crab, right? The shell, where you kind of like a hermit crab, you kind of like peek out, but you're like, fuck, I'm going to go back in. That's the kind of feeling that they're showing me. But you need to let go. You need to release that and know that, to trust in the universe and trust in your worthiness of love. Trust in the person that you are with. Trust in that things are going to work out the way they're meant to work out. Trust in that you need to look at yourself and stop being selfish about whatever it is this addiction is. And I keep seeing these addictions. You're very tempted by them, which can ruin this relationship. And you know this deep down inside. The alcohol or sex addiction or whatever addiction you're having, social media, sports, porn, whatever it is, whatever the addiction is, you know that it's going to risk losing this person before you guys can set, I keep being shown, before you can set your, it's almost like stability. It's they're showing me like ground, like when you build the ground before you're building a house or building a tree, like planting a tree, right? You're setting a foundation, right? You're setting a foundation. You're ruining the foundation before it can be set by doing the addiction. Like the foundation is like almost there, and you're going to come into union and it's going to be beautiful. And you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe how great this is. Like, but you risk losing that by the addiction that you have, because you're so tempted, because you're letting the loneliness and the thoughts and the brain and all that stuff in. Lead with your heart. Trust with your heart. I hope this reading has resonated with some of you. I really enjoyed doing this reading. It's really a lot of stuff came through. It's a little longer than my normal reading. I will be doing a little bit of an extended version. I think I'm going to pull out some of the love cards for the next part of it. If you're interested in the Aquarius extended reading, feel free to send me the $5.55 donation to the channel through my PayPal, and then just send me an email with your sign and which one you want, and I will send it to you in the link privately. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of other new content. And feel free to go check out my Patreon channel and any of my other social media below and contact me for private readings. Thank you again and have a great day.